welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 11th of December. My name is Phillip Kingston.
And I'm Gary.
And Gary, we did it. That's it. It's all over.
Well, it's not all over. It's not all over.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
it's still
almost over.
Hey, the finishing post is close, but don't drop
Do you
your
know
whip
what?
yet,
What I
riders.
meant was last week's GPTV for the year.
What's that?
This week.
What about it? It's not the last.
Yeah, it is.
No, we're doing
the
next
last episode. No, we're not
Oh,
doing
yeah.
it next week.
Of course, we said we would. We said we'd review next week about what's. Well, is that
Do you know what? I'm not sure I've got another week in me.
Tell you what, for someone that's fit, you've run out of puff a little bit earlier.
Do you know what? I am.
Someone's fit and did so few auctions on the weekend.
I'm operating on empty, but I've got to tell you, it's been empty for a little while. But you wouldn't know because I'm still pumped and excited, particularly, Gary, particularly after the weekend viewers.
This tower is an exploding tower.
Wait
I want
for
this tower.
Hey, don't
to
put it up too
explode.
quickly.
No, keep going. But
we want to talk this tower up.
Yep.
Viewers, just when you thought it was over,
Yep.
just when you thought the dark sky, the black clouds,
Exactly right.
the thunder, the lightning,
exactly
the rain,
right.
just when you
The
think
grim-
Armageddon
That
was
grim reaper of
upon
real
it.
estate was out with his
Correct.
scythe, Phil.
Just
Ready.
when you thought it
Yep.
was all over, just when you thought
Yeah.
GPTV had no reason to exist anymore,
Yep.
given what was going on the market, Gary Peer and Associates, the proverbial rabbit out of the hat.
The ace up the sleeve.
We grabbed that rabbit, and sorry if you're watching from the RSPCA.
No, don't start. I
grabbed
don't
this-
want to say
we
that.
grabbed
I
this
don't want the
rabbit,
gerbil joke.
We
I've got to
grabbed the
stop it.
rabbit by the neck,
No,
and we ripped that rabbit out of the hat.
And it went into the air and multiplied.
Turned into
that way.
doves.
Exactly right. How about this? Check out these towers. 86% against an industry rate, Philip, was 43%, 0.9, 44%. It was like double the industry average. How do we do it? How do we do
But
it?
not only
I don't know.
did we get an 86% clearance rate, we didn't get that out of just 10. We got it out of, we sold
21
18 out of 21 auctions.
Yeah.
I've got to tell you, Gary, I am enormously proud of our entire team.
Well done to our people.
That's no accident, viewers.
No.
That cannot be an accident.
No.
Not
Only
from
so
20,
long you can.
not from 21 auctions.
It's only so long you can look a good formula in the face and ignore it, Phil.
Yeah. So Gary, what an amazing result that is.
Thank you,
what a way
Visual
to
Domain.
finish.
Thank you, Visual Domain, for, they did nothing to do with our real estate results, but they've recorded us all year. So if this is the last episode, in fact, and indeed it is.
No, it's not. Next week's the last episode.
I can't keep up with you.
Well, no, next week we'll do a very quick.
You know
episode.
what? You're very consistently inconsistent. That's what you are.
Do you know, viewers? Have I got a stat for you though? I mean, if you think those towers were incredible, and they were incredible.
I'm worried when you start coming out with things
No. This
we haven't talked about.
This stat is absolutely...
Julie in the bath now.
Children, you can bring your children
sitting
out
up.
now. You can sit in front of the television. You can say, kids,
Right.
this is a children's edition. But here is the most amazing piece of trivia for you. I'm looking at the national auction clearance rates.
Yes.
Right. I've looked at all of the states. This is a true story, viewers. 21 auctions is a big weekend for any agency across Australia.
It is in
So
December.
I looked at all of
December.
the auction clearance rates state by state. And last weekend we had more auctions at Gary Beer and Associates than so we held more auctions than were held in the state of Tasmania and the Northern Territory combined, Gary. So it's not like we just had more auctions than the entire Northern Territory.
We're bigger than 2 states.
Well, Gary, if we were a state,
We'd be the
if Gary Peer and Associates
we'd be
were a
the eighth
state,
state of
we
Australia.
are bigger than Tasmania and we are bigger than Northern Territory.
go.
We had more auctions
Are we the
last
seventh
weekend
state?
than the combined
How
two
many
of them.
states are there? There's 6 or 7. I can't. Anyway, we're the
not
next state. We're the next state.
We are the
this is
real
true.
estate.
The real estate
Gary.
state we are. Unbelievable results. Well done to our team. Well done to our vendors. We had great success.
and-
Thank you for
and-
coming
and
on board with us. I reckon they're pretty happy too.
How pathetic are people that live in Tasmania and the Northern Territory if they can't have, as 2 states combined, more auctions than we have?
Maybe it's just...
You are so useless. Northern Territory, no reason to go there. Tasmania, if it wasn't for Mona, would you ever bother going there?
Well, what do they say about Northern Territory? If you never go, I think you'll never care. That's what it sounds like, doesn't it, really?
Well, it's like that.
Sorry, Daryl Summers.
It's like they came out with Kakadu. We've got to go to Kakadu, Kakadu. And so many people would come back from Kakadu and go, Kagga don't.
Yeah, Kakadar. Well, you never know. Look, we shouldn't be. We're
shouldn't
very
be
un-Australian
bagging, no,
because
you're
I'd like because we did go there. It was an interesting place, Darwin. A very strange place, Phil. I found it was
Did
a
you go
mix
to
of.
Darwin?
I went
Oh,
for
you went to a
a
conference.
PPG conference years ago, and
Yeah.
it was kind of a mix of Bali and like country town all rolled up into one. Anyway, that's
I don't
enough
think
of that.
anybody has ever described
Oh, yeah,
Darwin
people would
as
have.
like
It was
Bali.
because it had the heat and it had people with like exotic-looking people,
nothing.
and then it had sort of the
Yeah, there
country.
was nothing.
And it was like that.
Darwin
Yeah.
and
No,
Bali.
it was,
And
yeah.
I haven't even been to Darwin to know.
No,
it's
it was.
nothing
It was-
like
it was-
Bali.
it was a mix
Anyway,
of-
viewers, if you think about going to Darwin, there's absolutely no
Yeah,
need
and if
to
you've
go
got any
there.
comments about it, let me know. Hey, talk about comments. We've got Helen who's made some nice comments. I want to say thank you, Helen. She enjoys watching our show. And Helen is an OAM. And I was trying to work out what an OAM was, Phil, because I didn't know.
So
Go on.
all I want the viewers to know is Helen, who has an OAM,
Yep.
which clearly shows we are attracting a whole variety of different
See, I
viewers.
worry about Helen watching us because she's obviously achieved much in life. And we know who she is, and she has achieved much. But Helen, you're a brilliant person. Really, you're watching this show. Anyway, thank you for your support. I think it's out of charity.
Imagine if the
charitable
people
gesture.
that decided who gets and who doesn't get an OAM.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine if they're sitting around a table and they're going,
It's gonna-
look,
yeah.
Helen's done all of this incredible community work, and
imagine
then
it's
somebody pipes up and goes, yeah, but
Yeah,
you know,
she watches
Helen
these two
watches
idiots on Tuesday.
GPTV. You would never
Script.
have got it.
It's gone. Or could go now, actually.
Shout out,
Yeah.
while we're doing shout outs, Gary, I do want to shout out to Maury the GP.
Yeah.
Because Maury the GP is an avid watcher of the show, and he is.
Does Maury check you out carefully?
Without question.
Does he watch you?
No, Maury has never
He's never asked you to
Maury-
have a look over there a bit
Maury
more
has never
closely?
investigated
Whoopah.
me,
No,
although I'm sure that he would do a very good job. But Maury the GP.
Why do we think about that when we
is
think about GPs?
is
Or is it just
constantly
me?
giving us good feedback about the show,
Thanks, Maury.
and I do thank you for watching this year, Maury.
So there you go. We've got a clever audience. Hey, I want to ask the audience something.
So we've got a GP and somebody with an OAM
and someone
that
else
watch the
and
show.
someone in the bath. Phil, I want to ask the viewers, what annoys you about real estate agents? That's what I want to close off the year with. What is it that annoys you about real estate agents? And I want some feedback on this.
If we don't get feedback on this,
yeah,
Gary, I'll be amazed.
I know. I think we'll get flooded. I'd say the switchboard is flooded, but we use email now, don't we, Phil? But what does annoy you about real estate agents? I tell you what, my mother used to say to me, my dear mother, and she wasn't a property mogul, but she had some real estate transactions.
She did pretty well for
She did
herself.
very well for her limited
Yeah,
means.
yeah,
And she said to me, son, not in that voice, because she had a
'cause she
European
was
voice.
Austrian.
And she was Austrian, yeah. So she said, son, all you
She
need
said,
to do...
Garrelette,
She did.
come here, man, Garrelette.
She did say that too. She did call me Garrelette. But she said to me, son, if you just ring people back, you'll be ahead of most people in real estate. And I couldn't believe that. But you know what? She's right, because I hear from people all the time. Thankfully, not about our guys. And if it is about our guys, tell me who they are, and I'll go and have a chat.
And we use guys, by the way, in the non-gender
yes,
format.
that's right.
So when we
Our
refer to
persons or
guys,
people,
it's just all of our team.
yeah.
We mean that in a non-gender way.
I've started changing people, even people with man in their surname. I don't call them, like someone Goldman, I call them Goldperson. So that name's Goldman, because you can't have man anymore. Anyway, what annoys you? Is it that? I also think buyers get annoyed, Phil, when people don't have product knowledge. Would anyone agree with me? Where you go in and they go, oh, can you tell me what the construction is? And the agent goes, I'll come back to you. Like, they don't know answers to things. So product knowledge, calling back. What else annoys you, buyers, about real estate?
And
sellers.
we are looking forward to some constructive criticism.
Preferably
here.
about our competition.
Yeah,
not us. But we'll take it on the chin if it's us, and we'll do something about it.
While we're on this theme of what annoys you about real estate,
What cheeses
agents,
you off?
I'm about to change the topic completely.
Yeah.
Because I think we've done it.
But hang on, did we put the ideas at Gary?
Yeah, of course, that's up.
We may do that.
Viewers,
We'll change the format next year.
given the fact that it's the
last
it's the
maybe
summer
second last-
season.
Is it
It's
last episode or
it's
not?
We're doing
It's
it
not.
next week.
We're doing it next week.
The summer season is upon you, and you're all going to have plenty of time. And this is a period of
Reflection.
relaxation,
Rest.
reflection,
Yes.
rest,
Leisure.
and amusement.
And amusement, yes.
Viewers, I am watching the best series that I think I have
You like your series,
ever
don't
watched.
you? You like your
I love a
series,
good
yeah.
series, but viewers,
I just got Ray
viewers,
Donovan, that's it. I just got Ray. I love Ray. Ray's the best.
that's done and
he's the
dusted.
best. No, he's back.
I loved it. I loved it. We did watch
Really
that.
loved it. It's on now.
If you want to watch the most delightful series that I've ever watched, which is both hysterically funny, whimsical, and is an incredible period piece at the same time, I have never watched a show that is better
Name,
than
please.
The Marvellous. Do you know where I'm coming from here?
Marvellous Mrs. Maple or something.
The Marvellous Mrs. Maisel.
Maisel, I've heard about that.
It is.
I've heard there's great characters in it.
Marvellous Mrs. Maisel. I think it's Marvellous Mrs.
Maisel, yep.
It is the most beautiful show I have ever watched.
I'm watching
and its second series is now available. And if you want something to watch over summer, I would love you to send me some feedback on this to let me know whether you think it is as delightful as I find it.
I thought it was Overlanders, Inlanders, but it's Outlanders that I'm watching. Right. You heard about that one?
No.
Outlanders? Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Phil, we should really talk about our auctions because did we say already it was an 86% clearance rate?
18 out of 21. Let's get those towers up
and
down.
Again, a little bit of an explosion there. That's really exciting. Yes. I mean, that's a great stat in any market, let alone a more challenging market, perhaps you may say, my fine learned friend.
Gary, and no doubt you're about to get into it, but we had auctions between $250,000 all the way to $3.5 million.
In fact, it was a couple of the 250s that didn't sell, and they're usually the ones that go first.
Go figure.
Of the two that didn't sell, two of them were 250,000, but we'll get the job done because they're just as important
to
us
it's interesting,
as anything else.
Lowest sale, Gary, here's another piece of trivia. Our lowest sale was less than the deposit
on our biggest sale. I love that. But you know what?
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
The sellers of those
when
homes.
we opened the business all those years ago and we sat at the desk with no clients, no houses for sale, and no money, did we ever think we would have 21 auctions where we could use that stat of lowest sale being less than the deposit on the highest?
Well, baby, our lowest sale probably is almost the equivalent of all of our sales in our first year of business. But anyway, let's just talk about what's happened. Phil, we didn't have to wait until the weekend for our auctions. We said it last week. We can't wait. We couldn't wait. We had, and believe it or not, it was our only one this year, one twilight auction. But what a great concept. And why don't we do it more often? Can you tell me?
Viewers, the midweek twilight auctions are fantastic.
Well done to the vendors.
For so many reasons. We held this on Thursday at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Kent Grove. It was a beautiful night. We had a coffee van there. We had champagne being served, which I think is technically illegal.
Do we have champagne?
But yeah, we did.
Oh, really?
Technically maybe illegal, but nothing that our solicitors won't
can't
be
get
able
us out
to solve
of with
for
a
us.
slap on the wrist. Hopefully not a fine or conviction, we hope.
But it was a lovely feeling. We still attracted a crowd of about 50 or 60 people. We sold it well with 3 competitive bidders.
We did, Phil.
So, viewers, step outside the norm of a Saturday and Sunday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday evening, we either do a 6:30, a 7, a 7:30. I reckon we could do an 8 o'clock.
If I'm a buyer, talking about buyers, what cheeses them off, do you reckon they prefer a twilight auction? Because I think, why not on a 7 o'clock on a Thursday night? If I'm a buyer, wouldn't that work well for me rather than having to compete with all the other auctions on the weekend?
I would have thought so.
Yeah, anyway, if you want to get on board, because we've got quite a few...
we're looking for feedback. We are trying to improve our business. Yeah, we're always looking to reinvent ourselves at the end of the year.
Badly. Yeah. No, but Phil, when I look at the new year, because February we've got quite a few auctions, maybe we can get some of those auctions on twilight as well. Anyway, let's continue. Kent Grove sold for an undisclosed amount, but
be sparing, Gary. Be sparing with these auction results.
Phil, you were a bit quiet on Saturday and Sunday. You had a very scarily quiet weekend.
You know what? They're phasing me out.
What's going on?
Putting me out to pasture. I somewhat feel.
Exactly right. But Phil, Alder Street, I've got to say, that was my first auction on Saturday. In fact, I'm not going to big talk about the auction on Saturday because all the other boys are very busy and all the other offices. But I did get the gig there. What an auction, Phil. Leon Guzenfitter, 6 bidders for an apartment, reserve 550, sold for $575,000. What an outstanding result. So well done to Leon and his wonderful team who put in so well. Philip, one at 138 Bamber Road. I think it was the second time that's been auctioned, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
But it got sold, as did Paran Grove, got sold before auction, another second time auction. So some people would think, why would you ever auction something a second time? There's a good reason.
Yep.
They work.
Because we sell them.
We sell them, we sure do. Phil, Elizabeth Street was sold before auction, another success. Well done to Normanby Road. Good on you, Lee or Samuel. Good competitive auction there in Normanby Road, expecting high 6s towards the mid-7s. Sailed past its reserve and sold for $750. Beresford Street, another good sale on Sunday morning, sold for $825,000. And Centre Road, I did have the pleasure of doing that auction, Philip. 5 bidders at Centre Road. Now, I've got to say, I don't think many agents would auction on Sunday in Brighton East at 10:30 a.m.
No, they wouldn't, Gary. No, they'd all be playing golf in Brighton.
They would be, yes. Or sailing around, sailing maybe out in the ocean, Port Phillip Bay. But not us, Phil. The suits are on, working hard. Well done again, Leon and the team. I think there were 5 bidders there, if I'm not mistaken.
So interesting. Let's just pull it up.
605,000.
Let's just pull it up. Pull it up for a moment. So
I'm on a roll.
A lot of talk about the doom and gloom in the market, and when you look at the industry clearance rate of 44%, you'd have to say that is a market that is clearly struggling. And without boasting again about our 86% clearance rate,
you don't want to boast about that.
Just some of our auctions, 5 and 6 people bidding. So there is the contradiction in the market. And I think the contradiction in the market is that if the property is well priced and well marketed
and well managed
still
and well handled, Philip,
of buyers around.
And if you've got an agency with a good database that knows how to call people back and follow people up, you can get all those sorts of results, Philip. But anyway, it was awesome. Sunday morning, hey, a Royal Parade. I think that sold well.
Royal Parade went well.
Well done. I'm not going to talk about 3 more now because you've upset me. Now we're going to get into some of the auctions of this weekend. Great weekend, lots of good results. A number of properties that were passed in previously got sold as well. So we've cleared the decks. A few others before auction, even some due to come up this weekend.
And Gary, if you think about it, we've really got 12, 13, 14 busy days before the end of the year, or at least before the Christmas period starts. But a lot of these passed in properties are going to get sold within the next 10 to 12 days as the consumer clearly sees no new stock now.
But hey, Phil, if I'm a seller, I want to do something this year, because I had someone call me on the weekend. They said, I want to sell this year. What can we offer you?
So we can jump into it straight away, Gary. We can start marketing it tomorrow. We can introduce it to our database tomorrow. So just because we're heading towards the finish line doesn't mean that there aren't people that are assembling on the start line, Gary.
Correct. So and we never close, really, do we? We never close.
If you think about it, viewers, yes, the office is technically closed from Christmas Day through till about the 2nd or 3rd, but it's the age of the mobile phone, Gary, and the internet. Courier pigeons are a thing of the past, where you ring me 24/7, 365 on my phone, and I'll be there for you.
Courier pigeons are a thing of the past. Let's just think about that.
When was the last time you sent somebody a message via courier pigeon?
When was the last time you did it? Or your father, or your grandfather, or your grandmother? When was the last time?
So
it's actually ridiculous.
This is a true story.
No, it's not true.
This is a true story.
It's going to not be true.
This is a true.
I promise you it won't be.
This is a true story.
Go on.
You remember my father's cousin, Charles Roseby?
Yeah, I do remember. Yeah,
we sold his very big house. He's the GP in Church Street in Richmond. And we sold his house.
Nice family.
He had racing pigeons. I kid you not, I used to go to his house in Richmond, and he had this big,
and they were
what do you call it, an aviary, I suppose,
no, like
or a bird cage, or a pigeon cage, and he would go in pigeon races. So that's probably not quite a courier. I'm not sure that he was putting messages in and delivering them quickly, but I feel that I have had something to do with courier pigeons.
So technology shattered him, didn't it? Email, telephone, the whole thing. Never got over any of it. Let's keep moving on.
Bizarre that it was.
It is bizarre.
What a hobby to have.
It's an
if there is any GPTV viewer that is still involved in pigeon racing, please let us know so we can ridicule you on GPTV.
Well, I remember the next best pigeon person I remember is the person who was in The Producers. Remember, who played Adolf Hitler in The Producers, and he was up on a roof with all pigeons. Do you remember that guy? In The Producers. In the Producers, he lived with pigeons. He loved it. He was a crazy man. Or maybe it was the author. I can't remember, Philip. We're getting off track. Let's talk about the auctions this weekend. Get away from the pigeons and talk about the property. We've got 12 auctions this weekend in 8 suburbs. So let's kick off, Philip, in the street that my son is named after, Danielle Crescent. Even though they've misspelled it.
Well, Daniel, your Daniel's with one L, Gary.
Well, it's not my fault they did misname the street, Phil.
This is a great property, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, and we love that part of Caulfield.
High Street, Windsor is another fantastic location. But we're in 8 suburbs, I think, on Saturday. We're all over the place, or this weekend anyway. Take us through 15 at K7 High Street, back in your old stomping ground around the Wesley area there.
Well, Gary, what a great address this is. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and you've got the tram at the front door as you have St Kilda Road and Albert Park Lake.
You're going to kick off your first auction, Philip, in Lawson Street, Bentleigh. Wonderful property. I think you're going to meet Joel Sir there, if I'm not mistaken.
Gary, what a beautiful home. This is 5 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, plenty of car parking, including a double lock-up garage. So parking there for 3 or even 4 cars, perhaps. What a beautiful home. And of course, we are just killing it in Bentleigh, Gary.
We love it in Bentleigh, Philip. We are doing particularly well, and I don't know if you looked at the auction results of Bentleigh, they weren't looking too good, Phil, I don't mind saying.
All of the things last weekend that we had in Bentleigh, Gary, sold.
I think they do, if I'm not mistaken. We are killing it in Bentleigh. Well done to Leon and his team, also, of course, involved in that Lawson Street home, as Leon is in this property in Foster Avenue, Glen Huntley. This is a home we know and love and admire. Tell us about it.
Gary, this is an interior designer's own home, and it is incredible. She did the most beautiful job when she built these 2 parquetry floors, high ceilings, incredible attention to detail. the luxury here and just the attention to ensuring that this home stands out. She's done the most incredible job. Our current owners have loved living here. Yes. And what's not to love, Gary? In fact, there's every single room, including the entrance hall, has got a designer appeal.
Is this the best property like this you've seen in this category of property?
Without question.
I think
it sets
so
a
too.
new benchmark.
It sets a new benchmark. If you're looking for something absolutely extraordinary, come along to the home that we're in right now. We are situated in Foster Avenue, Glen, and this is really quite a work of art. So we look forward to seeing you at the auction at 11:30. I might join you here.
What a great address it is here too,
I might join you here, Phil. It is a fantastic address. I might join you, and you can join me if you like at 12:30 because you're free then. But I'm not. I'm busy in Crimea Street, the street that we both lived in at one stage. Not together, but we did.
Early 20s, we both did a spell in Crimea Street, and I can tell you, we loved it because it's just brilliantly located. You've got cafes on your doorstep, you've got trams on your doorstep, and you've got Caulfield Park on your doorstep. And this is a wonderful, wonderful home. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, plenty of off-street car parking.
Price just been renewed, refreshed and changed. In fact, reduced between $1 and $1.1 million. That's great value for a house in Caulfield North, isn't it? The Hunter. Carnegie.
Well, come and collect this property, Gary, in Hunter.
Hunt this one down.
You'd have to be over, I don't know, 50 to get that joke.
I am the Hunter.
Yes, Gary. Number 18, Hunter, and that's a lucky number as well. 4 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, plenty of off-street car parking for 3 cars there. A stunning home, ready to move straight into. You've got to love everything about that one.
Leo Samuel excited about that one in his busy stomping ground there, Phil. We have one of the finest properties we put to the market this year, rounding out the year on Saturday and bringing the curtain down on Saturday at 1:30 p.m. in Moore Street. Take us through this one.
Well, Gary, what more could you possibly ever want?
That's exactly right.
Home
nice segue.
4 or 5 bedrooms, 4 luxurious bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, one of the best swimming pools and back gardens you're likely to see, an unrepeatable property, very rare to see a home like that.
Phil, we're going to work you to the bone on Sunday. It's the last day of the auction year, your last auctions, but you've got 4 of them, Phil, one after each other, and that's a light load for you anyway.
It is, just getting started.
Exactly
Gary.
right.
No big deal there.
And we are both getting started with double auction action at 11:30 for the last time this year. We're going to be in Glen Huntly Road. You're teaming up with Sally and team. Take us through this wonderful
Gary,
property.
brand new building, 2 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms and a basement car space. A beautiful building, and you've got all of the best of Caulfield South's facilities on your doorstep.
I'm going to have a little sleep in on Sunday like you are, Philip. My first auction is at 11:30, not earlier, but it's in Lansdowne Road. Very excited to meet Glen Bricker at this property.
And what a good home that is. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and a double lock-up garage. Further parking if you wanted it. And very hard to find a single-storey home like that in the heart of Eastern Kilda. So look out for that one.
You move on with your day with Sally and team Krongold-Zelman, or Zelman-Krongold at 12:30. You're going to be in Lockhart Street. Love the look of this home, Phil.
Gary, we've sold this home many years ago. It was good then and even better now. 3 or 4 bedrooms, a double lock-up garage, a swimming pool, everything that you'd want there for summer, and in a very, very affordable price range.
It's a great spot there, that's for sure, Philip. We round out 1:30 and 2:30. Again, you're the man. 1:30, we're going to be in Empress Road, and I think this is a very impressive property, Philip.
Oh, Gary, you are just hysterical. This is an executor's auction, Gary, so look out for some value there. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. It is in very, very original condition, which means you're not paying for anything other than the bricks and the mortar and the land.
Am I right? 8 to 800? Is
Yep,
that 800 to 880? Is that the range?
Gary.
That's unbelievable.
Is.
When was the last time you could buy a house in for that?
Many years ago. So
that is
Empress
a buy.
Is a great property. We're then moving on, of course, to home number 1 at 100 Hotham Street, St Kilda East. Again, an executor's auction. This is a really solid property, Gary. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a double lock-up garage in a much sought-after part of St Kilda East. So I think great opportunities, great way to end 2018.
Brings down the curtain in Hotham Street, Philip. What a fantastic year it's been in terms of offerings, in terms of certainly sales. We've made a lot of vendors happy, a lot of buyers happy, and it's been an exciting year. It hasn't been the easiest of years because, you know, we had this amazing wave that we're riding where everything just sort of sold a lot easier than it did this year, but it gave us a chance to shine with the skills that we've developed over our journey, Philip, and well done to our team for doing so exceptionally well. 86%, of course, so exciting, and so many great efforts and so much energy and work put in. Can't help but being proud of our team. Thank you for your great commitment. And thank you to our clients.
2019, Gary. I'm pumped. I'm enthusiastic. I'm excited. I am looking forward to a break.
Hey,
but we will bring
where are you going?
I will bring you the latest.
Where are you going?
All of the real estate news.
I want to know where you're going on your break.
So, Gary, I am around Melbourne until the end of January, and then I am going skiing.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going skiing from last week of
Is
January.
there snow on Mount Buller that time of year?
No. We won't be in Mount Buller, Gary, but we will be in a far-flung, foreign, exotic destination.
Thank you very much. Okay, well, you're obviously not comfortable to say where. Suffice to say, it's somewhere very beautiful and very, very lavish and very nice. And good luck to you. I'll just do my road trip to Sydney. That's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll wave as I pass your former home ground of Cootamundra.
Yes. You're going to stop at the Dog on the Tucker box, which, by the way, Gundagai viewers, in case you didn't know, the Dog on the Tucker box is for sale.
No.
I'm telling you. Check it out when you're there, because I can tell you now,
when you say for sale,
it's currently advertised in the Financial Review, expressions of interest sought
for the whole centre there.
Dog on the Tucker
Just
box.
the dog itself?
And all I can tell you, the entire thing, they're marketing it, you've got to love this, they're marketing it as an international tourist destination.
I love it. You know what?
All I can tell you is it's available for sale now, but I guarantee you, when you are there in January, it will still be for sale.
I think there's a good chance. Look, I'll stand in the queue as a buyer. I don't mind. I love the Dog on the Tucker box.
When you're there,
love the Goulburn sheep.
Introduce yourself to the manager and just say, look, at Gary Peer & Associates in December, we had an 86% clearance rate. Your days on market of the Dog on the Tucker box, unless they use us to sell.
Would you want to sell it? Do you know what? I'll be ready for it. Yeah. How do you find the vendors? I've got to say, Philip, between the Goulburn sheep, between the Holbrook submarine and between the Dog of the Tucker box, I'm a very complete person in that drive.
And I believe you've probably done the big pineapple as well.
No, that's a bit
what about the big shrimp?
I love all the big anything. I love it all. Anyway, that's a big wrap. It's getting big, stupid. That's a big wrap on GPTV. We have got one more episode, so Julie, we'll keep you in the bath for another week and look forward to telling Helen how much we love her and everybody else that watches, all 10 or 12 people that watch the show. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. My name's Gary Peer.
I'm Phillip Kingston. Have a fantastic week.